everybody. How are you doing? It's me, the Zen. Did I say the Zen? Did I really do that? Yes, I did. Well, it's Zen. It's me. How are you? I thought I might show you reflection and see how you enjoy. Try that. Is that better? Does that make sense? It's like 1:30. What's up, Will Johnson? Yes, also, Will. I did call you the other day. When you text me back, you said, "Did you mean to call?" Yes, I did. Just ins and outs, ups and downs of the world, and I was like, "What the fuck is Will doing?" I did. Yeah, over on the other chat line. So it's I did something I used to do, and I do like it, which was get a healthy, well-earned buzz on during the day, and then came home quite early and took a nap. And this is the time that I wake up. So maybe I'm going back into nighttime mode of me just enjoying the evening. Yeah, people that sit in the darkness, the quiet, the stillness of the night. And see, in front of you, there's still waters. Oh, well, no, Will, I called you on the Telegram. No, not Telegram. Yeah. No, Instagram doesn't. Instagram keeps shutting my shit down. So I have a new Instagram. Imagine that. Theoluminous is my Instagram now, because they keep shutting it off. I'm not sure why, but apparently they're not interested in the things that I say. And I don't even go hard on Instagram. I don't even say anything. I don't even post anything that's that confrontational or anti or pro anything. I just kind of put up silly pictures and say random shit, pretty much like I do on here. So what I'd really like right now is to take a nap, but I already did that, so I'm fully awake and aware at this odd hour. As I said, it's like I think it's 1:30, and sitting on the bayou, and it's so serene. And sometimes I want to say something by saying nothing at all. Do you ever interact with people that they expect you to speak, but when you don't, like they let me try that. Let me try this one. So, because I do talk, there's a lot of times I don't. There's oftentimes I'm very quiet and silent. And those times is when I'm not making a video. I don't really say much. If I'm interacting with another person, I tend to talk. But then sometimes people are, I'm gonna say upset, but they get frustrated with me talking. So I go, okay, I won't talk, and then I don't talk, and they get very disturbed. They're when I talk, they get upset, because they can't feel it or distinguish whether or not what I'm saying is necessarily congruent with their forward progression of life. Although it's pretty obvious. It should be pretty obvious at this point. When I speak, it's for the benefit of everyone. So when people get upset that I'm talking because they don't like what I'm saying because it's an interjection to the way that they live their life, they get mad, frustrated. So I go, okay, fine, I won't speak then, and that is beyond irritating to them. Could you imagine if I'm just sitting here talking and saying something you didn't, maybe not liking it because it's like I'm like, hey, maybe you should not eat, as I use this example, maybe don't eat 40 pounds of bacon for breakfast, and that's what they do. I'm like, hey, it may be helpful if you just decided to, just stick with the eating oranges and peaches and pears and plums and persimmons. Maybe I'll say that, and they'll get upset because I'll say that, and I'll go, okay, fine, I'll stop talking. And then what happens when I stop talking? Here's what happens. Try it out. Can you understand and feel the palpability, how palpable, how the silence, it's the feeling of death, the feeling, it is an energetic construct. When I don't talk, it's super powerful. You know why an E in the English alphabet is silent? I'll tell you why. You want to understand furthermore the construct of the English language? Go through the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. It's the fifth letter. So the fifth letter is pleading the fifth. It means speak not. Because there's energy in your silence. Do you see how sticky and tactile and what a function it is? Like in radio, they say there should be no dead air, that you should always fill up the space with sound, no matter what it is. However, the opposite is equally true, that if I were to make a resonant point, I can do so with not saying a single vowel. Not a word. Watch. That's simplicity. A lot of people don't like simple. It's the old man on the front porch with a rocking chair that's just sitting there. And this is why you have two ears and one mouth, because you should listen twice as much as you speak. And while most people could listen to me do a 10-hour show, and yes, I've done plenty of 10-hour shows, rambunctious, weird, strange, lovely, enigmatic. But to do that, to be able to speak for 10 hours straight, do you know how much that I sit in silence and study and just look and observe? Try it out. It's very healthy to do. To breathe in, you first must breathe out. What is the first thing a baby does? They come out the womb and they breathe out. They go, ah. You have to breathe out first, which is basically, how do they have a breath to begin with? How do they have spirit? Spirit is breath. How do they have that? a child, William Childs, what's up, man? As a babe, they've been uh, in a womb, encapsulated, entombed for 9 months. Can't speak. They speak through. They speak through the mother, because they're inside of the mother. So the mother is the canal, the birthing channel. Don't they call it the birthing channel? Isn't that what, the birthing canal? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. So before that, they're encapsulated within the womb. So what a woman as a baby inside of them, they could hardly speak for themselves, because the baby's like, hey, let me out of here. Let me see this world. Let me see this world you've produced for me. And you should really understand that this is the product of your mother. This whole landscape here. We're sitting here on Mother Earth. On my Earth. Here's a tree is behind me. Check out. Here's where I'm sitting. Let me flip this around so you can see my stupid head. Well, there's a tree right there, and there's me. I'm part of the tree. I am darkness, but I'm also the light, which is, well, so are you. To remember that. So you sit there in the womb, in darkness, constant, just sitting, waiting, wishing, wondering what the world has in store. And if the mother was good, which I assume, it appears that the mother is good, she gives you this beautiful landscape. Look at this. How glorious. What a strange, glorious thing it is. But you had to sit there and just go, You just go, oh, what is it? What is it on the other side? And then here you are. Even in the most desperate, deleterious, disturbing landscapes, there is energy. How do you collapse energy that looks like darkness and turn it into something that is light? How do you turn darkness into light? It's you have to invert the energy. So in just a little while, there'll be light again. Stay easy. Stay easy. Like what? Life is not difficult. People make an attempt. They try so hard to make life simple when it already was given to you. Here we are, present moment. You exist. What else to do? You weren't supposed to do anything. I mean, yeah, go ahead and have fun and dance, do art, create, have wonder, curiosity, all of this. Sure. That's what it is. But the absolute truth is something very, very, very easy and simple. And it seems contemptuous to think that your responsibility is to do anything. You don't have to do anything. The world is given to you. It's right there underneath your feet. It's right there in the sky. It's right there inside of you. There's your skin. There's your body. There's the earth. The oxygen, if that's what you think it is. There's the water. There's the lights. I didn't see those things over there. All right, can I get my finger over there? I didn't turn those on. Or did I? What do you have to do? And as soon as you stop thinking so much, because they're not your thoughts, you can manifest just about anything you want. Stop trying so hard. There is no such thing as trying. There's doing or not doing. Do something if you must. If it feels right. But it's not in opposition. But doing nothing is also doing something. You ever voted before? What are you voting for? Your own enslavement? So the lack of voting is literally a vote. I don't know how much more simple to make. I've had to have this conversation with so many people. They go, "Who did you vote for?" I'm like, I don't do that. That's ridiculous. Because I don't know that person. I know them as their television personality. I know them as some whatever their persona is on television. I don't know them. I don't know what their goal is. Why would I vote for what they're doing? So wouldn't the proper response is to go, I can't believe in you. I don't care what you say. I care not. I care too much to care. Isn't that a conundrum? I will assist you and I'll help you, but I can't, I will not facilitate your ignorances. And by voting and by participating in the buffoonery, the clownery, the incessant chatter that is the world that these people pursue to try to, they put the nice suit on, they talk all that good game, they're selling you something. How can they sell you your soul? How can they sell you a spirit? They can't. I mean, if you want to go and involve yourself in collecting some Pokemons or a spirit, go for it. It's fun. It's part of the world. But to think that I'll participate in your inane ramblings, I choose not to. I'll ramble myself. I'll say some things. And I would think that whatever I'm saying might be more important than what other people are saying. Why shouldn't I? Is that egotistical, narcissistic? No. if I could point to the path of life, of what it means to interact with the collective, the wholeness of everything. Savan Boma, I say the part of the wholeness. You can't. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna be? What is it? You gonna live in Thailand? You want to live in part of the Americas? You want to live in Africa? You go back, Africa theory. I mean, you're wherever you are. There it is. That's the completion of the task. Like to be Rex, to be Mundi, to be the king or the queen of the realm. What do you have to do? Not a damn thing. You're already gifted this world. So you're present, you exist. What else is there? Well, hello. Welcome to this Hello, Tom. Alright, Will, I'll talk to you soon, bro. What do I think of Mother Earth? I think not. I mean, it's nothing to think about when you're sitting on it. That's like saying, what do you think of life? I think it's, as I've always said, it's strange. It's wonderful. It's very easy. It's very complex. It's the most hmm, idiosyncratic. No, wait, what would it be? It's like it's the yin and the yang kind of thing. It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like, who knows? I don't. If you get too involved with trying to define something, it's like you know those people that are. I tried to watch 2 videos today, and I wanted to comment on them, but they turned the comments off because they knew they were foolish. And both the videos were 2 guys standing in front of a chalkboard, a green chalkboard, writing some insane, uh, they had a diatribe about, like, I could already tell what it was. It was like the stupidest title, and like, here, I'm going to stand in front of Stanford and do a 2-hour lecture on nothing. On nothing. But they thought they were talking about something. That's the difference. I know I'm talking about nothing right now. Talking about absolutely everything, which is nothing. But they were trying to make a point. They had nothing really to say. And they sat there sweating, wearing tight pants, and scribbling nonsense on a chalkboard. Well, A minus C, if I put parentheses around this, and divided by pi, and because we know pi is multiplied by phi, and if we do that, then we can also put that over top of it's a whole, like a giant chalkboard to tell me that. Just get to the fucking point. What do you think is going on here? Religious indoctrination to their queasiness, uneasiness, foolishness. Why must I hear when people ask me, like, when did I like know what I know, like the way that I talk? Oh, it's I didn't talk like this as a youngster, as a child, but there was a point when I was going to college. I did, if anybody doesn't understand this, I went to college in 10th, 11th, 12th grade. I took some classes at a very prestigious university in New York. But I went there to play basketball because it was just, I could go to the gym for free rather than paying, a few $100s. And there was a moment that right after that, when I went to a SUNY school, State University of New York, and I remember being in class, and one year I had, I don't know, A's, and then the next year I failed out of college. Why? Because I sat there in class going, what the fuck is this person telling me that I don't already know? I just bought hundreds of dollars in books. I paid for this, collegiate prestige, like, for what? Because they're not saying anything new. They're not teaching me anything that I couldn't figure out on my own. There's something that I didn't already know from earlier in life, and I'm like, why am I paying you just to repeat some moronic gestures? You're just gonna, you sign and symbol and speak stupid to me? I will not have this. So I just stopped doing that. Why would you entertain yourself? Why would you involve yourself to be entertained by things that aren't literally entertaining? It didn't entertain my mind. It wasn't helping me. I found it to be just like a waste of my time. For what? What's up, Gary Baxter? What's up, Gary? Oh man, I like right now. I wish I had either. Well, you know, I actually I do have some herb in my local vicinity that I could probably toke up. I could go for a beer, but I apparently drank them yesterday. uh, I would flip the screen around so you could see my beautiful face, but I don't think it would. I don't think you'd be able to see anyways because it's too dark out here. Uh, and also, I was trying to make a point about this water and the stillness and reflections. And thank you for everybody showing up here. There's a few people here. However, as per usual, maybe you're so enamored with the calming, easy sound of my voice, you forgot that there is a thumbs up you could do. You could hit that. And if you went so far as to, donate or whatever, that's cool too. And if you don't, I understand. It's late, but it might be early for you. Maybe you just won the lottery. How's that? Go. How about this? Somebody go win the lottery and then just share some with me. I'm all about sharing. I've shared this with many people. Many people have come visit me. If you come to New Orleans, like, I'll cook for you. You can check my cribbles out. You can lay on my couch. I might even give you my bed. So yeah, like sharing is caring, huh? Just don't be a Karen. Because the cunty Karens that have caused chaos in this realm and insist and persist in providing a culture of cancel. It's these. I think these people have prolapsed anuses. Like, why do people insist on causing difficulty where there is not one? That was the show I was going to do the other day, and maybe I'll touch on it a little bit here. But why does everybody really want to cause a problem when there isn't one? It's like they just need to have divisiveness, to feel like something's happening. Because silence is golden, right? I mean, some people talk and it's golden. I mean, I'm platinum. I'm fucking platinum. I ain't even gold. I'm mercury. I don't really understand why people just want to find a problem. I think that's a mathematics. So it's called mathemagic, right? So if we're just hanging out doing nothing, right? We can find a game to play. We can make a ball, right? Let's try to go a step deeper into this. The Lord, lowered, Lord is Lowwered. Lower, did I spell it right? Maybe I spelled it wrong. Whatever. Lord is Lord, to lower down something, and it's called Lord Ball, or Bowel, or Ball, or Baal, with the apostrophe in the middle. Lord Ball. So you can make a ball and you can play a game, and it'd be fun. Great. But some people make that ball game more important than anything else, and I don't understand why. Do I like watching football or baseball or kick a soccer ball? You know what I mean? I mean, baseball sucks. That's a game, not a sport, but whatever. And a sport is an S-port. It's a port of energy. So they're good to have, but people put that above all. When people say ball is life or whatever, yeah, I get it. I mean, who isn't a baller, right? But you can't put that in front of everything. You can't put it as the primal primordial thing. It's not, you create, like this Mother Earth, this whole, the objective reality, the physicality is secondary to how your mind perceives it. So what do you do? What do you do? You create landscapes. Watch people that paint. That's their pain putting on a page. They plaster. They mold. They form things. Being a potter of landscapes. So some people do it with a tone or a word, which is perhaps what I do. Other people do it with paints and media, like I don't know, you could use anything to create an object. But that's objective, right? There is no real. I mean, there is an objective reality. We're sitting on this together. But everything is subjective. The objective reality is this, that I can put an olive in front of you. An olive, which the word means all alive. Olive. It's very, very good. You have to make them, you put them in an acid bath, kind of. There's a process, right? I could put, how about this? Let's not make it too difficult. Let's put a... Let's put a cucumber in front of you. Some people don't like cucumbers. They don't. I know people that... okay, let's use a tomato. This is an easy one. Tomato is representative of the heart. It has 4 chambers. It's red. It has these little seeds in it, which is, it's a heart resonant factor. People don't like tomatoes. They don't like the texture. They don't like what it is. So their subjective reality is that a tomato is no bueno. No bueno tomato. However, that's their subjective reality. The objective reality is I take a tomato seed and I put it into some earth and it grows a tomato. And objectively, the tomato is there. You can like it or not like it. That's up to you. I don't know why you wouldn't like a tomato. I think they're fantastic. I think they're delicious. I like them in ketchup. I like them as a pasta sauce. I like to, sometimes I eat a tomato like it's an apple. I just grab a tomato and I'll walk around and eat it. Or a cucumber. People think I'm strange and weird or crazy or whatever. No, it's delicious. It's nutritious. That's life. So go eat something else then. Maybe we'll get into this. Why do people, as an alchemist, as a chef, as a cook, as somebody that I really enjoy the flame and the fire and being in the kitchen and creating something by using fire to take these tomatoes and these olives and whatever else is in my pantry, my cabinet, and create something anew. Anubis. I can create something. As much as I like that, I fully see the value in this objective reality, which is I could walk out here, I could walk down the street and go find myself an orange, or, well, maybe you can't, because you might live in the cold weather, which I've already explained is hell. But I live here, and I could walk around and go find something to eat right now, if I wanted to. I could eat this grass if I wanted to. But I just don't want to. But objectively, it's here. Subjectively, who would eat this grass? You'd go, no, I step on that. That's dirty. That's filthy. Could you imagine as having, obviously, I do drink of the light and the lifeblood of myself and the plasma, which is filtrated through my kidneys. So I drink piss, urine, whatever the hell you want to call it. And upon understanding that, most people would say that's disgusting, that's filthy, even though they bathed in that for 9 months in their mother's womb, and they find it deplorable, disgusting, filthy, not nutritious, not healthy. Yet it was literally in your body. You stuffed so many stupid things into your eyeballs through the the TV. I mean, sometimes you walk down the street and you see something you don't prefer. You listen to music. Sometimes it sucks, and you most assuredly have shoveled into your mouth hole things that are not good for you. And then your body is it's a transmutative unit. Like, you transmute things, and out of your asshole is all the shit, and you put it back there behind you, and you walk forward. And what's in front of you? Piss. It's gold. It's there. Why do you think dogs will go and find a tree to piss on? Why as a male, usually, and a female would do it too, so they can put their back against the tree. But as a male, you'll go find a tree to piss on. What does the tree know that you don't know? You don't even know, but you're doing a tree a service by urinating on it. Is that too much for people? I remember the giving tree. Anybody remember that the story? Or in this case, I would say just go look it up. The Giving Tree. It'd be like a 3-minute cartoon about what the tree does. What does the tree provide you? The tree provides you a house, shade, even though a lot of people don't like shadai or shade or but when it's warm, isn't it nice to walk on the shady side of the street? You can cut this tree down and build yourself a domicile. You could cut this tree down and give yourself a fire. Yeah. So the tree is always giving to you. Oh, in case you forgot, the tree does what? So if I breathe out, they would say we're breathing out the opposite of oxygen. How about that? And the tree sucks it up and says thank you, and then gives you oxygen so you can breathe. Pretty simple cycle, huh? You're thirsty? Well, the tree will give you a fruit, and you could take that fruit and consume it. And you don't really need water. I mean, as much as I tell people to drink water, here's why. Let's go into another idea here that maybe in the past you might not have understood why I was telling people to water fast or to drink distilled water. Here's why: because it's cleansative. Because most of you are full of shit. So more water you put in you get rid of the shit. And then when you finished putting shit in your body, you don't need water from a distiller. You just need it from the fruit. And once you've got to the point of just consuming the water from the fruit that has everything else you need in it, including the sunshine is what made the seed grow into a tree and produce the fruit. You could just breathe and look at the sun. And that's what breatharians do. There are maybe a few. A lot of people say they're breatharians, they're really not, but you could. But here you are on this earth. What do you do? What is enlivening? What gives you joy? What brings you contentment, happiness? There's not. Are you inside looking at a TV? How are you interacting with your actuality? You're like outside. Is the earth a foundation for you? Do you even pay attention to where you're putting your feet? Do you know what your feet are? My feet, I have sandals and socks on. Yes, G'd up. What up? Only gangsters wear socks and sandals. Socks and sandals. But no, I would take this off and put it on the earth. And what most people would, in actuality, how would you walk around? You'd be barefooted all the time. Why wouldn't you be? Because if you're barefooted, what do? You pay very close attention to every step that you're taking, where your feet are. Your feet, this is why in many, like, go to the Bible if you like to use that as a reference point. There's always an anointing of oils and water for the feet. So you walk somewhere, you do something, you've used your feet to get there, and they say thank you for coming, and they bless your feet. They get on their knees and they put their hands on your feet and they say thank you for joining. Why? Because you've accepted your lowest chakra. Your lowest chakra is not your bowels or your balls or your vagina or your dick. It's your feet. But people disregard nature. They don't pay attention to their feet. Your feet get you everywhere. How you gonna go anywhere? What you gonna do? How you gonna move? Put your feet on the earth. Try it out. Here, I'll do it right now. I'll take off my socks and shoes. Socks and sandals. There we go. Don't speak it, do it. There we go. Comfy. Now, if I were to walk around in the city, which I've done a couple times barefooted, people would look at you strange. But I'm paying close attention to where I'm putting my feet, because it's getting me somewhere. I'm connected, and even concrete, which is from Cleveland cement. I don't know why they call it Cleveland cement. Maybe you guys want to look that up and figure about concrete. But it's you can ground. I'm pretty sure you can ground things to concrete, to cement. So if you're on the sidewalk, why wouldn't you be barefooted? You walk into a restaurant. It says no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? Because if you're bare-chested and no shoes on your feet, do you really need anything in that place? What parts of the body have we not understood, overstood, understood? I mean, you're inside. Let's get right to the guttural, the gut. Let's get into the stomach. Let's get into that right now. You live on top of this world, but you live inside of your body. So what's more important? Your body. And what are you not instructed on at all in school? They don't tell you anything about how your body works. They don't tell you about how it functions. Why shouldn't you be listening to music and dancing during school? Why should you be sitting down in a desk that is, the only thing good about those desks were that you could lean back and crack your back? But why did you have to do that? Because you weren't properly postured. You didn't know how to squat properly. Like, if we'll do this again, here we go. What are the 3 worst inventions ever? Shoes, toilets, and I'll leave the third one up to you. But shoes, we're disconnected. We it changes the way that your gait is, your stance. It adjusts your spine so it's not right, and then you sit in a chair, and that chair is calibrating you to not really be very functional. So where should you sit? How should you sit? Well, what should you? Should you stand? Should you squat? I mean, you know people that are flat-footed? Why don't they have an arch in their feet? I have very high arches in my feet. How did that occur? I don't know. I think I probably, like, if you have a, let's go one more idea here. Let's do this. If you have a child, don't put shoes on it. And yes, I'm calling it an it until it's developed its senses completely, which will happen probably 3 years old, 4 years old, and then it can choose. A friend of mine just had a baby. He is a year old, and she doesn't put shoes on him. And he, in fact, when they're, he goes to like daycare and blah blah blah, he'll take his shoes off and go over to other children and take their shoes off. Like, why? Because he knows. Why wouldn't you? Okay, you don't wear, let's just do it a little deeper here for people. You don't put gloves on every day. Why don't you put gloves on? Just like you don't put a mask on because you wouldn't be able to breathe. You have the tactile function of your hands, and you want to be able to feel things. So you're radiating energy out of your hands. You don't think your feet are doing the same thing? Your feet are the same thing as your hands, but it's actually more connected to the earth because you're not walking around in your hands. You're walking around in your feet. Why shouldn't they be connected? You're not putting gloves on your hands, so why would you put shoes on your feet? So if you have a child, don't put shoes on them. If certain areas, they want to put shoes on, I don't see a problem with putting a mask on once in a while. Have some fun and play a game and dance, and I don't see a problem putting shoes. I don't see a problem putting gloves on either. But as a general rule, if there is a law to be adhered to, it would be don't suffocate your being. So you'd suffocate your feet, your hands, and your mouth, and your ears. I wear headphones because I'm doing the opposite. I'm not wearing earmuffs. I'm putting music into my head. I like music. I like to walk around barefooted. I like to touch things. My body is sense. I have sense. You have your senses. You have your 5 original senses and a 6th sense. And your 6th sense is, I think, is what you call your gut instinct. But most people, they're full of shit. So, therefore, their capacity to feel something really is dulled at best. It's almost non-existent. So your 6th sense would be how do you feel about something? A lot of people have emotions about things. They're emotionally, they have this thing where everything is so like this is what they say. This is what I feel, but they're not saying what they feel. They're saying what they think, and their thinking is connected to their emotions. Emotions are not feelings. For anybody that hasn't heard me do this long ass fucking talk before, I will try it one more time. Your emotions are how you think about what you feel. yes, this is my original work. I don't know that anybody else has ever said this. Maybe they have. I don't think I'm the newest or freshest underneath the sun, but I have a few things that maybe are original to me, and it's this concept that get rid of your emotions. Your emotions suck. Like there's no reason to have emotions. It's a feeling. If I feel good about something, it's like uh, hugging someone, petting a puppy, putting my feet on the bare earth. When I'm thirsty, drinking something that is delicious to me, that's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's not an emotion. An emotion is if I were to drink something that was not really suitable. Now, it is a drink, it is something, but it doesn't uh, correspond to my general being. I don't like it. My feeling would be, I don't like this. My emotion would be, oh, but it's water. It's this. I know the difference without question it, it, between distilled water and water from a still pond. Distilled means not still. To die or to buy means to split. So distilled means split or moving water. It's a living water. Whereas if I find a still pond or a lake, and I mean certainly if I need it and I'm thirsty, sure, I will accept that. But I certainly know the difference. Like right now, if me and you were hanging out and I walked into the kitchen and turned on the faucet and got you some tap water, you would drink it. But in reality, that water has been sitting in pipes that are rusty. It's where did it come from? You have no clue. What did they do at the water treatment center? Why do they got to treat water? You know how I treat water? It's right there. They put what in it? Fluoride? It's to ride the floor, just to be fluoride. You're going to put that in there? That because it's good for you? No, it's not. Why would you drink that? But if I were to, right in front of this water, in front of us here, if I were to get a cup and grab some water right out of there, you wouldn't drink it. You'd be like, that's disgusting. Now, on the third level, if I were to go and take water, put it through a distilling unit, and that water was what I would consider pure and clean and distilled, you'd have three options: what comes out of the faucet, the distilled water, and this that's in front of me. You would probably take the faucet water first, the distilled water second, only because it seems like I've processed it for you. But you'd say, oh no, I need to remineralize this. I need to put minerals in it. Like you fucking know what a mineral is. Like you fucking have a clue. And like even an iota, isn't that a good word? Iota? Like of understanding of what purity is. Cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I stay clean. Why wouldn't I? What would you choose though? See, look, this water here is probably distilled water would be number one. This would be number two, and sink water would be number three. But most people they'd flip that around. They wouldn't drink out of this. Why would they? But I see fish. I see ducks. I see alligators, and they're sitting there swimming in it, drinking it. And they're feral and strong and healthy. When I see these people out here drinking tap water and stabbing themselves with all sorts of not even knowing what's in it, and they think that's health. Could you imagine how lazy and how people facilitate their own ignorances by really going, oh well, there's a label. If you put a label on something, it immediately becomes like credentialed. Your credentials suck. No, It's food. You go through the drive-thru at McDonald's because there's the golden arches. Does anybody in this day and age really believe that there's any health in eating at a fast food restaurant? Granted, I'm okay saying this, as you should all well know. I will go. I mean, I don't know the last time I was at McDonald's or someplace like that, but I'll go eat there. There's something to do. It's a little. Uh, there's some chemicals. There's something weird, whatever. But as a practical daily activity, someone that eats that is like literally eating fast food, how can you interact with those people? That would be like, I interact with people that eat fast food. I interact with people that smoke. I smoke crack, literally. I interact with people that do all of the dumb shit. But that's not that's because I don't judge those people nor their habits or things. But why would you do that? Why would you participate in such malarkey? Sure, go ahead and fucking eat what you want, do what you want. But I think the majority of your life, maybe it'd be simpler to not do that and be healthier. I don't know what health is, but it appears it's not. Did anybody not see Super Size Me? And the big jab to that movie, that documentary, was nobody eats McDonald's 3 times a day. Well, that's not the point of the fucking. That's not the point of the flick, yo. It's literally like saying, okay, if he does that for a month, and that's how disgusting, and his doctor's like, you have to stop doing this, you're going to die. Like, shouldn't that show you how poisonous it is? How it's not good for you? So it's not suggesting that people do that. They're like, oh, they're defending McDonald's. How much of a clown must you be, Ronald? You know what I mean? Look, McDonald's has, well, somebody said it's not a McDonald's is not a fast food company. It's a real estate company because they own a bunch of land. That's kind of their go-to. It's a land acquisition company. But you realize Ronald McDonald also has the Ronald McDonald House, which is for all of the people that ate McDonald's for all the years that end up having children, and their children are decayed and like they don't, you know what a Ronald McDonald House is, right? And I walk past them. Tomorrow I'll walk over to one where there's a bench with a Ronald McDonald statue sitting there, and it's a Ronald McDonald House. It's sitting right there, and I go up and sit next to it. And inside, what is occurring? All of the people that have eaten McDonald's, that have children that are birthed from the people that ate that shit. And again, I'm just using McDonald's as an example because there's plenty of other corporations that do the same thing, but they're owning both halves of the business and land acquisition. So they have the land, then they poison you, and then when you need help later because they poisoned you, they have the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. That's what they're doing. I don't get how this simple logical analysis of what's going on is so foreign to people. I still am. I am troubled by the fact that I have to explain this to people. Not the fact that I have to, because I don't mind talking. I think I like the sound of my voice. I used to not, but I do. But it's just the fact that you gotta say that. Like, really, you don't get that part? How do you not get that part where what these companies are doing. Not all corporations are evil. Most of them pretty much suck, but they're they're not in business for your benefit. If you were to start a business, let's just do this real quick. If you start a business, what's your goal? To profit and make more money. So if something costs you $1 to do, you charge somebody $3 to provide for them. So you make a profit. So what do you think they're doing? And at what point do they go, well, is this a healthy offering that will give me energy in return? No, they don't. They just want the energy. They don't care what they're giving you. If you're going to take it, take it. It's like the whole idea that drug dealers, if you got legalized drug dealers, they make a lot of money, and the ones that are on the street corners, they make a lot of money, and the ones with the suits on and the hey, I've got a license to do this, they think themselves to be healing the world, when the exact same substances are sold by street vendors. Now they're both mostly not really good for the human body, but their meditation is pretty simple, which is, even if I don't sell this, somebody else is going to, and they're going to earn a profit. So why shouldn't I gain something? If I can make $100,000 selling a poison, why wouldn't I? Because someone else is going to do it anyways. Because somebody out there is going to want it. Why shouldn't I sell you degraded, evil, blah blah blah, like whatever? Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I could, if I sold you something healthy, you wouldn't need me anymore, right? And this is what I've been doing for a long time. I've been selling all of you nothing. I've been selling you easy. This easy button, the easy mode. Not a thing you need to purchase from me. Certainly do I appreciate and accept a dollar donation to because we still do live in this room, and I do really enjoy having a roof over my head and a beer in my hand and a snack now and then. But other than that, like, I'm not out here to be a billionaire. I give two fucks. For what? It's not more money, more problems. It's more things, more problems. And people just want to. They'll find anything to sell. Just here, take this. They've sold you something. See, selling is to take your soul. You've been sold something. This is why I don't sell things, because I'm not trying to take anybody's soul. That's yours. Have it. Enjoy. I will, however, accept your generous donations, which is a wildly different paying it forward kind of concept. But why would I poison anyone? Because I look at it a different way. I wouldn't poison me. I wouldn't want someone to poison me, so why should I poison you? If you're doing something that's poisoning someone, maybe you should recalibrate your thought process. Well, welcome again. It's me. It's the Zen guy. It's maybe 2 something in the morning. I'm out here doing everything and nothing at once. Thanks for showing up. Anybody wants to do the thumbs up thing, feel free. If you don't want to, continue sucking your thumb. If you want to, it's not too difficult. CashApp, PayPal, all that shit. It'll get me a beverage. I don't feel like walking to the store. So I'm just gonna sit here underneath this tree and talk to you guys. It is an odd thing to be like the Geministic characteristic that I have, which is sometimes I like to be up early. I like to be up at like 5 a.m. and go about my day. Sometimes I like to sleep till noon. And sometimes I like to be awake late at night. Like right now, I'd like to sleep, but I'm so wide awake because I did the daytime journeys to interact with different type. It's like whenever I do shows, I used to do late night shows, and then I started doing shows at like 3. It's a different crowd of people. So I don't know. I like to interact with different people. It's just what you do. You get in where you fit in, huh? Well, you know what, everybody? I think I'm gonna go try my hand at watching a YouTube video of perhaps, I don't know, John Levi just did another new one. He does that on Saturdays. You know what I would like to know? I'd like to know what his process is. Like, is he just devouring and scrubbing through the internet and then works on it every day and then pieces it together Saturday afternoon to put out on Saturday, Sunday morning, whatever, Saturday night, Sunday morning? Or is it like, I mean, because I do this shit off the cuff. It just, I wonder about other people like that, like when their videos are so edited. I'm not saying John does. I don't think I mean, obviously he's making a video. He's got pictures and he's obviously doing some editing. But I always wonder about that. I see people like really. Okay, so here, this dude Wax, right? One of my favorite people. I met him actually, and he's a lot taller than you'd think, which is amazing. He's got an album called Acoustic Mondays. And it's been up for 2 years, and there's 38,000 views on it. It frustrates the fuck out of me that I have videos that have 100,000 views. It does. Because it is one of the best albums, really, just to fucking put on and just bug out to for like an hour and a half. I mean, okay, he has other videos with very big names in the hip-hop industry, and, you know, he's got millions of views. He makes his money. He's not broke. He was signed by Dr. Dre, blah blah blah. But it's just weird. Like when you like, there's these little nooks and crannies and niches of the like niches of the internet, and like people don't find the good shit. Like, why not? You're not looking hard enough. It's not that hard. Just pay attention. So my point was, go look up his album. I think you'll really like it. I would say get past the first song. The first song is called Coffee, and I don't really appreciate it. I think it's okay, but it's like a minute and a half. Get to the second song and listen to the rest of the album. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside though. I'm gonna go try out nap time. It's good to see everybody. Oh, what's up, Melissa? I'm gonna go inside and maybe I'll walk. Maybe somebody in the hallway has a beer for me. Because I finished those earlier today, and hopefully you enjoyed the meditation. And I would suggest if you got here late, you go listen to the video. I thought it was pretty good. Welcome to your reflection. I'm just you in another body. And what a nice night and nice life it is to live. And we'll chat soon. I'm ass out of here. Be well. Remember, there's 3 things you can do in life. One is the simple one, to be yourself, because everybody else is taken. It's them. There's you. And help out others when you can, because you might just be one of them one day. And furthermore, to help out somebody else, you have to help yourself out first, because if you're not strong and taken care of and proficient at life, then you can't really help anybody, can you? So do that first, and then help out other people. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Stay weird, stay groovy, stay funky, stay fresh, stay fly, stay fabulous, and don't take shit from people. You know, you can tell people to fuck off as long as you smile. If you just laugh and smile, people take it a little easier. Be well, everybody. Peace out.